In this video we will build together this habit tracker. This tracker is very simple to build and does not require any complicated formula. You can input up to 30 habits, with the option to split them into categories and subcategories. Once done, I will show you how to automatically generate those circles to show a habit has been completed for that day. On the right-hand side we will show a total of how many times you have met that habit in the month. At the bottom you will get the total of habits done for the day. And at the top you will have a great daily visual of which habit group stands out for that day. Finally, you will also get 2 charts summarizing where you are at for each category. Now let's get right into it, as they say on YouTube.
Okay, so the first thing we want to do is to write your habits here on the left hand side. So I just put habit 1 and I will drag this down. We want 6 groups of 5 habits. So that should be around 30. Okay, so this is it. So I think pretty quickly we need to get into coloring. So this is done. I think for this template, it's all about coloring. See it as a mandala if you like. Okay, so the colors that I have chosen here are from the new Microsoft color here. So it's the new Office dashboard. Okay, so the first color I use here will be the turquoise. The turquoise, I will be using the before last here, and I will be using a white font as well. So the white font will be consistent across the board. What I'm doing on the left hand side here, I will be merging and centering, and this is where I will put my grouping. This is optional, those groupings, but I thought as we are using different color, then you could use a different grouping. For instance, here, this will be my spiritual habits. And I will use the same font, so I just use the format painter. And I will merge and center as well, and I will put the rotate text up this way, and I will center it. So this is it. And then what I need to do is actually, I need to do the same all the way down and try to find tones that are lighter and lighter and still a little bit different from each other. So here I will be staying with the turquoise, but I will be taking the accent for a light 40%. And here I will just stay with the turquoise, and I will take this time the 60%, which is just lighter, which is this one here. We need to put all this in white. I'll put it in white in the end. So here the same thing. I mean, I could just copy and paste this, and hopefully that will copy everything, the merging. And here I just need to find, just put that here. Like for instance, here it could be relationships. And here it could be health. And what I want to do, and obviously here I need to take the same tone here. So here I will be choosing this tone. What I want to do as well is I want to push it to the limit, and just because I have 2 types of colors, I will be using the blue and the plum, the purple or the plum as Microsoft likes to call it. So what I'll be doing is I'll be merging and centering all these here. Same thing. But I want to find something really dark, so I'll be using this time the dark teal here. So it should be differentiate a little bit if you like. So here, and I will be putting home. So this is just my own thing, my own preference. And I will be doing the same. Oh, not really wrap text. I want to put the same rotate text up, bold, and put that in the center. So the idea is to have 2 different things better for each group of colors. Here, what I've decided to do in this case is to have the home and then the work, I suppose, so the home and work. So I just copy all these, and I actually, instead of copying, I'm just going to do a format painter. So that will not fix everything, but at least I will do all the merging that we want. So the idea here is to go from lighter to darker, as we've done before. So here I'm going to try and start with a 25%. Here I will be going up Would this one be okay? The top, yes. This one I will be using the 40%, and this one the 60%. So it's just a matter of when everything is finished, we can have a look and see. Actually, the 80% here, would that work? That's something that we can change. So now I can put everything in white. Here I can put, for instance, work as opposed to home. And here I can put some things that are work related. So purely work here, learning for work, but here for the current work, here could be self-development. And here it could be something else for work. So the idea is not to tell you what to do, it's more to help you build this. So I want to put some grids here. Which color shall I put them? I'm going to try white first. So I'm just going to put white here, and we'll see as we progress if it works or not. So we've done that already. So what I want to do is put the up to 31 days of the week here. So first of all, I'm gonna squeeze that a bit smaller. That's it. And I'm going to drag this along until I reach 31. So I don't have enough. I need to put more of this size. 24, 31, and 32. So if you're in February, you'll use less, but that's okay. And then we have our grid here. So we just put this and we just show the grid. Hopefully it'll put it back to black this time. Okay, so another separation that I want to do is I want to have a double line here. So I'm just going to do this bottom double border. So, and I'm going to go here and hopefully remember. So I can just press F4, press F4, F4, same, and same. Again here. Okay. Now, are we done already? Not yet. So let's just put some white font. But before I put the white font, I want to put a different color. I want to go back to this. Try to reuse the same color from now on so we don't get overwhelmed by colors. Okay, so I have my days at the top and I have my habits on the left. Now, I want to put a very light gray on those grids, so to separate them, but I want to do this now. Actually, what I will do instead, I will right-click on normal here, and I will modify the normal font. And when I go to the normal font, I need to go to fill and try here to find a very light gray. Is this one going to be too dark? Let's try it. Let's see. So we'll start with this, and then if we want to change it, I just thought the white was just a bit too contrasty with all the colors we have, so I prefer the light gray. Once again, personal preferences. Now this is done. Then I will need a room here to put the total. So here, this is where we will be putting the total for each for the month, and that's it. So now, how can we tick when there are habits here? So first of all, I want to put everything here the same size. The trick that I'm using here is I'm putting a number format, a specific number format. Something to know beforehand is when you go under Aptos display, for instance, which is one of the standard one. So if you just go here, you notice that at the bottom, still make sure that you stay on the Aptos display, that you'll have some different characters here at the bottom. You have to keep clicking, you have to keep faith. And this one here, this is the one we want, the dark one. So if I insert it, for instance, here, I've inserted at the wrong spot, but so this is the format, the way I want to format my number. I want to have this if there is anything that is not a character entered into my cell. So how do I do this? So the way I do this is I just select everything. I do a right click. Before I do that, I need to make sure that I copy this. Just copy. I just want to copy it. I select it all and right click, and I put a format cells, and I go under custom, and here what I do is I want to have this if it's a negative number, I want to have this if it's a positive number, and I want to have this if it's 0. And I'm just going to say don't put anything if it's a character. So the way we will be using this grid is you have to put a number. If you put a number or 0, then I will show this. If you put a blank, nothing will show, or if you put G, nothing will show. And the reason why I had to do this is at the end of the month, you might want to clear everything, and then you press delete, and then you show nothing. So this is why I am using the numbers, any number for you to tick your habit. And here you would go 1, 2, whatever, as long as it's a number or 0, which is a number, I suppose, then you would have things this showing. So I think it's a good change from the, it's anything you can do to bring some round shapes into Excel. It's always welcome, because it's really a world of squares, isn't it, Excel. Now, I'm just going to remove this. Actually, I'm going to leave a few, so we'll be working on colors now. Again, the mandala coloring. So here for the font, I might have to choose a different color of this, because this color is quite pale, and as a dot, I might not show enough. So this is the font. This is not the field anymore. This is the font that we are coloring. So if I go back here, here I want something quite dark, so I'm using this one, the before last one. And here I want to have a font that is quite dark as well, so I'm going to use the top here. And here I'm going to use the 40%. Because if we use this one, that's just to show you, if we have this one, the same as this, I think this is just too pale for a font. It's okay for a background, but for a font, I think we need something a bit stronger. So, in other words, what I'm using here, I'm always using the color of the one above. And I think this is pretty clearly, at least to me. Okay, so this one. Same, I think we need something darker here. Very dark. So here we need something a little bit lighter. And here. At the end, when we eyeball all this, we can still change stuff, I suppose, but I think this is good. I think this is sufficiently clear. Okay, we'll see how we progress. Now, here I want to put the total. So how do we calculate the total then? Now that we have cornered ourselves by putting some strange stuff here, by putting this strange format numbering, well, it's simple in a way. It's like we count anything that is greater or equal to 0. So here, I'm just going to do a countif of all these. And the condition is, it has to be greater or equal to 0. This is my condition, and I stick to it. So here 0 works. And here 3, 1, 1. So just in case you haven't seen the formula, I'm just going to click on it. So the range, we select this range. And then this is the criteria. And we can drag it down, because this way that will follow all this. So I'm just going to go all the way down. And I'm going to put this at the center. And then guess what? I'm just going to use the same font as this, the same, format as this. Of course, it's not going to like it completely, but actually, what would happen if I just took everything here and I just applied from the top? That's not too bad. All right, did I want to have the white border here? Let's try and remove the border and see what it looks like. Yes, okay. Yeah, I can live with that, but I think at the end of the day, what I would prefer is to have a black border. So here I'm just going to go back to my black border. I think that would be better. Okay, and so that's it. That could be sufficient if you wanted. That could work. Now, what font do I want to put? 10 here, maybe something a little bit smaller, maybe 10. The days. Okay. Now, I want to show a visual of how many have been done. So in order to do this, I'm just going to copy back the number here. Bear with me. I'm just going to copy back the number. And what I want to do is I want to select just those 5 here, and I want to go into formatting, and I want to use the data bar. And the data bar, I'm going to select the first data bar here. Okay, so this, once that is done, we can go back under conditional formatting and manage the rules. So manage the rules, you go there, you select that rule and you edit it. And what you do is you can do several things. The first thing that you can do is you just select the same color that you had here. So here there should be something quite dark. This one here. And what you just want to show the bar only. This way the number will not show bar only. And also what you want to do is to put a maximum. This way all the length will be consistent between each color or each habit group, if you like. And what do I put as a max? I will put 31. I mean, it's a good innings if you do one per day. Okay, so let's see if it works. Okay, so here it doesn't look that much, but if I had more the proper way, so it should grow until it goes to 31. So that's it. So once you've done one with this, what you can do is you actually drag everything down. And then after you'll have to come back to each one to put the proper color and to ensure that there's no overlap. So for instance, this one here, let's start with the first one. Okay, the first one here, I just want to say, yes, just select this for that color, the 8 to 12, that's all I want. And then the next one will be from 13 to 17. So you need to make sure that you select only 13 to 17. And then edit rule, and then you select the color that you wish. Here I'm going to take this one. Okay, and then you duplicate it again, and you say, now I want to color this one only, and the color will be the lightest of blues. It says this one. Okay, and then you continue. This one I want to do only this. Okay, let's copy more stuff just to check we haven't messed anything up. Now, if you feel this is too depressing that they don't show much at the beginning, you can put this a little much longer, and then you'll see a little bit more of it. But I think that's a good start. Now, what else do we want? We would like to have totals, please. So we would like to put some totals at the top. So in order to put totals at the top, I need to count how many of that group here, how many of the spiritual, for instance, is with the first 5 habits I have. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to do a count if like this. The difference is the selection that I would have of my count if is this will be column per column, and I will be selecting this here. So that will give me day by day how much I have done from that habit group, and after we need to do the same for the 4th. So if I drag that, let's say 6 lower, did I count right? I have exactly the next one, so that's very lucky. But that's one way to do it. So you just do it this way, and after you copy it back here. And well, I could put the color if I was really into it, but is it worthwhile? I don't know. So here I just copy it again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I copy it back here. So did I get the right ones? I just need to make sure. I know I want to be too low this time. Here. And then let's copy that across. So these fields will be hidden, so we don't really need to spend too much time on the design. It's more as a reminder. Now I'm going to do it properly this time. I'm just going to slide this to make sure that I just calculate this one. I'm going to put it into a dark mode. Here you go. The next one. Here you go. And I'm going to do actually the other one when I'm at it. Okay, just put a bit of color just to give a bit of a visual guidance. Okay, so now I do this, I drag it all across. So let's have a look. Are we okay here? Yes, 5, 1, 1, all themes okay. Now, what I'd like to do is I could actually, I'm going to go and get the description from here. Health, relationship, work, self-dev, and let's say work 2 here, work 2. Work 2, I'm going to get this. So what happens is what happens if I just select all these brutally? And I go under insert and recommended charts. So they never recommend the one we want, so that's okay. So we just want to have this one here, stacked columns. This is the one we want because it keeps the, you can just put the cursor on it. It looks like he knows what he's doing. Look, it's just already pre-selected some stuff. So there you go. So we have this. And the idea is to put this at the top here. So I'm going to give myself plenty of room to start with here. And what I want to do is to just align it with the day here at the top. Let's remove the chart title. Everybody knows what we're doing. Let's right click and just actually I want to do some basic stuff. For my data series here, I just want to reduce the gap. Is that sufficient? We'll see. I want to remove this. Now, by now, everybody would know about the colors, and I want to remove the grid. Click on the grid, remove it. More or less want to remove everything. This is a high-level visual. If we want the details, we can go here, this is perfectly fine. Or even here, if they want to, they're really keen. Now I click on this chart and format, I do shape fill, no fill. That's first going to confuse us a lot, but if you put it this way, that's better. So do we want to repeat the numbers? I don't think so. So I just click on the numbers at the bottom here and I delete it. And let's see how we're going with this. So if I put the first one under the one, okay, so I need to also remove the shape outline, no outline. Now if I put the first one under this one and I just stretch this one to make sure that the 31st is just right in front. Okay. I have the feeling I would like things a little bit bigger. So what happens if I put only 30% as a gap? Okay. Now, personal preference, but I like when there is some white to separate stuff, to separate the things here. I'll show you, might be better than me trying to explain what I want to do. So the shape outline, I put white. And I just select another one and I press F4. F4, actually, it doesn't do it, does it? Shape outline, white. Okay. Press F4, press F4. Press F4, so it puts a bit of a limitation between each, which is much better, I think, much nicer. So I need to try and input a little bit more data to see. Yeah. Okay. Now this is of course not a realistic one because we should be at this stage here, say, but it was necessary to have a look at the chart. Now, when you see one of those, this one for instance doesn't seem like it doesn't want to do is join the club. It needs to put an outline in white, so they all need to be. It might not be visible from your screen, but it's visible from mine. So now what do we need to do? We need to I need to put some data here because there's still no data. What we need to do is we need to allocate the colors again. Okay, so we press on the first one, ensuring that it's the one. I need one that has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in this one, there's one missing. So if I put something here, now this one has 6, so I can do the formatting for this one. Okay, so this one I'm going to go back to the turquoise and I'm going to take the very dark one. Maybe it was there already, maybe not. Then I'm selecting the second in line and I'm just taking the 40% accent. 40%, that's it. And I'm it might be a bit too light, we'll see. The 60% here. Yeah, I'm just wondering if this one wouldn't be better off with something like this instead. What do you think? So let's have a look. So the other one, we're just going to go crazy. We're going to go something pretty dark. I do not. Okay, so that's this one. That should have been dark. Sorry. This one goes dark. This one goes here. And this one goes very light. Oh, wow, okay. That's pretty clear. I think we can easily go back here. The idea is to be able to go back here. Yes, okay. I don't really like those double lines here, so I'm just going to remove them by format painting it this way. Format painter. Okay. Oh my. Now, I need to tell you this now. Okay, if you don't know this, it could be very painful. What you need to do is you go under select data and you go under hidden and empty cells and you have to put show data in hidden rows and columns. If you don't know why, the reason why is if you want to hide this, for instance, if you think this is too much information, and if you put data and group, which I like to do, put data group, so you hide it, then if you don't put the show hidden cells in here, the chart will disappear, and when it comes back, it will come back without all the coloring work that we have done. It will go back to the standard colors. It's a bit silly, I know, but so that's why this is a trick that you need to know and apply. We're making good progress, so I only have 2 charts to do. The first chart that I wanted to do is just to show a bit of where we are going with how many we've done from each one of these habit groups. So here, if I just do a total, there's 2 ways to total, I suppose, but I'm going to choose this one here. Just do a brutal auto sum here. And I bring it down. So now I'm just selecting all this, and I press the Control key, and I'm selecting those as well. I'm going to do an insert. I'm going to the recommended chart just to laugh at what Microsoft's going to suggest. Actually, don't laugh, they have the right one here, so that's work. Good work, Microsoft. And then, yeah, so that's done already. We just need to apply our usual coloring. Just select one. So you need to make sure that you're only selecting this color here. So the first time you click, you'll see all the selected everything, but the second time you click, it would only select this one, which is what we want. And then we go here, and then we do the usual, I suppose. I could use the dark one here. The second one, I use this one, and the third one, I use something lighter. And then I continue. Do I want to keep this one? So we do not need the legend here. Legend not required, so you press on it. I mean, you can keep all this obviously, but and here I want to put something inside. I want to put the label, add data label, and then I want it in white. So by default, I have those white marks here. I don't know if it picked them because I have put them here or because that's the last time I did a pie chart. I had them, but I think you need them. I think it separates the colors nicely. What you do when this is done, I mean, I'm just going to put the chart a bit bigger to show you. So you right click on format data labels, and then you can play with the label position here and see the one that you prefer. So by default it puts best fit, but if you might find a better one, for instance center, it's not too bad. Inside end, outside end, no. Best fit, I think I'm gonna put the center. Anyway, so now what I can do is I can remove the shape fill, no fill. I need to click on the chart, make sure that click on the chart before I do this. Shape fill, no fill, and shape outline, no outline. Actually, could I put, I mean, let's put it here first before I put a bigger font. And then, yeah, actually I don't need to change the font, I think. So I was debating if this should go on the right or on the left, and I think at the end I decided to put it on the right. Okay, so this is done as well. Now there is a last. So this is good because it tells us how many, which one we've done the most. But as I thought that doing just a more visual of how many has been done, I thought also that would be good. So if I just do this same thing, and I'm going to do an insert, and this time I'm going to go directly here. So optional, there's a little bit of repetition for my data series. I'm just going to remove the gap. A little bit of repetition, but let's put the shape. Okay, so I think the first thing I need to do here, as you notice, that the 21 is the highest, and here the highest is at the bottom. So what I need to do is I need to click on the axis, right-click on it, and format axis, and somewhere you have categories in reverse order. So you need to change this, otherwise it's not going to give you the same order. So now I can remove this. I can remove all that. I can click on the grids, remove the grids, remove the shape outline, no outline. And I'm just going to try and select only this and see if it lets me just change to one. It should. Let's just put this one here. The second one, dark. Just do the usual trick. But anyway, this is my choice, and obviously something else that I was actually what I wanted to do is to put the same shape outline white. It's not extremely obvious, but I think it works better. Don't want to put them too big. Okay. Everything aligned on the left, that might be easier to digest. Everything here this way. That hidden, but if I had that, I haven't done that on this yet. I've done the trick. Select data. You have to do that on every chart. Show data in hidden rows and columns. And on this one as well. Select data. Otherwise, it's all going to disappear. Now, aggressive testing. Still works, everything's turning. Okay, can we change the colors? I think we should be able to, because I didn't change too much. If you want a black and white, if you think it's too many colors, then you can do this. Blue, green, what else? I think sometimes the all reds look okay. Yeah. Can try other colors. Okay, so we just need a title. I think a title is always good, always look good. So what I've done here, it's not good. I need to select those three here, and I go into shape, right click, size and properties, and I need to say don't move all size with cells if I want to extend the cells. So here I would like to extend the cells to put something at the top. So obviously this one's not move at all now, which is what I just asked them to do. And I'm going under insert. I'm going to insert actually just a text box this time. Just put a text box here. And I'm going to put a habit tracker. home, for instance. Okay, and then just a matter of formatting this. I'm just going to put the font, one of the blues. I don't want to add any more colors at this point in time. We have more than enough. And I'm just going to center all this. I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to put that a bit smaller, just maybe a bit less. I'm going to put a slight outline, maybe the same blue, same color. And I want to put maybe some shadow here. Up for debate. So here, well, could add the day somewhere if you wanted. Today, format that, put that somewhere. Okay, so I think this is enough. Don't want to do any more damage, as I say, so I'm just going to stop it here. And just a matter of having a look at the overall colors. Is it consistent? For instance, is this one too dark? So just a little, maybe some fine tuning to be done, but you think as is, it's already good enough. Thank you for watching this.